It
Are we
is.
breaking
We're good. We're good. We're
We're
good.
good? Yay! You know, technical difficulties. We're good.
Yes, we are good. We are good.
We're good. We're good.
Yay! We are having it tonight. It's happening. We're finally live.
It's happening, you know. Technical
frozen a few
difficulties. Yeah, we got this. Let's just do
Lost
some
sound. Froze. We're good.
sound froze, video froze, slide deck disappeared real quick. We got this.
We're good.
We're good. We're good.
Not Mess Express, right? We drive that train.
That's what 5:15 in the morning waking up gets for you. I mean,
Yes.
and I don't know where to look because I'm here on my phone, I'm here, and you're over here. So I'm gonna just be looking all over the place today.
We got behind the scenes going everywhere today. I should have posted a photo before we went live because they are everywhere behind the scenes today. It is.
It is what it is.
So it's Thursday again.
Thursday.
Already. I'm
Who
excited.
do we got on with us? Well, we got a lot of people on already. We have Emily. We have Mindy.
What's up?
Rachel.
Hi, Rachel.
We have Tamara.
Oh, hey, girl. Hey.
Miss Kathleen. We got Mindy. And then we have another Rachel.
Oh, a new Rachel? Well, welcome. Welcome. We got some good stuff tonight, Frankie. I'm excited about tonight.
This who? But we're gonna roll with it. We are gonna roll with it.
Roll. It's happening.
We're gonna roll. It's happening. So tonight we're talking all about branding and your branding deck and creating your brand. Because, you know, a lot of agents don't realize that you're building a brand within a brand. Your office is your overall brand, and you as an agent need to develop your own brand and not just rely on your office to do your branding for you. Yes.
You got to let your personality shine through the group of the rest of them. So we got a worksheet. So if you want a copy of this super cool worksheet that Frankie and I got for y'all, it's got lots of pages, like, I don't know what, 10 or 11 pages, Emily, because I gave you a copy already so that you could kind of like fill this out as you're watching. If you want a copy of the worksheet, put your email below so that we can send it to you after the show. What's up, Rosika? I cannot wait to see you at convention. I'm excited. I am so excited. Hey, girl.
And I'll tell you this. I will tell you this. Tonight's email will go out tonight.
Yes, we already created the email.
So we've been lagging a little bit because, you know, our schedules are crazy busy. Tonight's email is all ready to go, all set up. So as soon as we're done here, Tiffany's going to get me the list, and we're going to send out immediately after this ends. So you guys will have this branding deck. You guys will have the branding deck, the branding worksheet that you guys can come through here and watch the replay and fill in as we go. You can work on it. It is in a PDF document, so you guys can print it. If you wanted to, you could possibly drop it into PowerPoint and edit through there.
Yeah, I see my Biloxi girls on there. Hey, PLR girls. I see y'all.
We got a whole group of people.
Yay, I'm excited. We're going to talk about branding you and building a better business for you tonight. And I'm excited about that because who doesn't need to start from the beginning, right? Start from the beginning to make sure all your socials are showing the same brand and the same colors and uniformity and all that stuff across the board. You got our slide.
We froze again. I got our slide deck. We're a little glitchy tonight, but that's fine.
It happens. Technical difficulties.
It happens.
We're gonna blame Florence and her bringing in all this weather and the disturbance for the Wi-Fi and stuff. Yes. That's what we're doing. That's what's happening right now.
So tonight's gonna be ran a little different. Tonight, you guys are going to be watching a lot of slide deck versus not us on camera, just so you guys can read the slides and stuff like that. We'll be jumping in and out. You guys will still have full audio like normal. You're just not going to see.
Yes. I'm excited. I need to fill this out myself, like as we go. Can I do that?
That is fine by me. So we are doing Brand You. That is a class that I've developed. You gave some input on this one also, Tiffany. We've been going, class has been in development for probably the last, 3-4 months? I've been going back and forth with this one. So it started with, I built this class, and then from there, I got that Technar from EXIT Realty Corp, and I'm like, wow, I can actually take some of the stuff I've already built. So that's where, if you want work with the business for all, define your brand, and it's brand. That is brand with consistency. Oh, I'm cutting in and out.
Yes. I was going to say, do you want to pull out and then come back into the show?
If I remove myself, we will not be live anymore. Is it my audio or is it my video? Let me take a look before we move into this.
Yes. I was going to say, do you want to pull out and then come back into the show?
If I remove myself, we will not be live anymore.
Okay, we might.
Is it my audio or is it my video? Let me take a look before we move into this.
Yes. I was going to say, do you want to pull out and then come back into the show? Both video and audio are lagging.
Both video and audio?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then.
Hang on, guys. We're going to fix it for you.
We're going to figure this out. So let me know if we're coming through a little bit clearer now. A little bit. Let me go ahead and... There's an echo. Okay.
The AirPods didn't like you today. I know that.
Let me know if you guys can see the next slide. So it went from brand with consistency to define your brand.
Oh,
and if we go, okay,
good.
we're good. Okay, perfect. So this is a great quote. This is brand with consistency. So this is a great quote from the fabulous Lee Brown, from her book, Outrageous Authenticity, You Are Your Best Sales Weapon. Today's consumers crave a consistent environment so they always know what to expect. Creating authentic public images through your collateral materials resonates that the messaging you're putting out there is based on the real you. So with your brand, you want a consistent message so people realize it's your brand that they're seeing. Let me see if we're still having a little bit of an issue.
Like the real you. The same person that you are at home with your family is the same person that you are at the office, is the same person that you are with your clients. Show you.
And
be you.
Yes. And I can tell you this, meeting EXIT associates, Florida, and all these different conventions and stuff like that, the exits that are doing the social media and that you're seeing constantly post, what you're seeing is what you're getting in person.
Yes. I agree with that statement very much so.
That are different from the person you see on social media. A couple minutes one-on-one with Lee Brown you see on stage, you see on social media, is the same person in person. Same with Christy Keneally, same person. Marky Lemons. These are 100% in our lives. So you definitely want to be the same person based on the real you. And that is a great quote. So we're going to move into the first one, which is define your brand. So a strong brand is the difference between just another real estate agent and a well-known real estate professional. You want to make sure that your brand stands out from your competitors by defining who you are and what makes you unique. And this will all make sense when you guys get the physical worksheet. Everything will make sense. Are we still cutting out?
Yep.
Okay. Let me do this. Let me pull my... Okay, how is this audio now? Let me know if the audio is fine.
Ah, that is so much better.
So much better?
So much better.
Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So I will tell you a trick. If you're doing Facebook Live, AirPod headphones do not work good for audio.
They don't like us.
Do I need to step back one slide and go back one?
Emily says we're good on audio. Rachel says we're good. Did y'all get that last slide, or do you want us to start back over with that slide? Yay, we're glad we fixed the problem. AirPods are a no-go for Facebook Live. We learned that lesson today.
We're going to step back.
Yay!
So define your brand. A strong brand is the difference between just another real estate agent and a well-known real estate professional. Make sure that you stand out from your competitors by defining who you are and what makes you unique. So like I was saying before when the audio was cutting out, when you get your branding workbook from us, this is all going to make sense. We're going step by step into this. So it'll all make sense when you get your workbook.
Yes.
Perfect. So define your brand. So this is just a sample of branding. If you saw the Techinar, you saw some of this. So this is what I use to set as a standard. So you can see all of my marketing matches together. So we're going to define the branding, and when we go through it, it will all make sense, like I said. So you can see there's some Instagram slides on the left, Instagram highlights, and on the right is just a normal little banner. And this is just to show you guys like how you define your brand and how you try to make everything cohesive. Once you start with a specific color, so Tiffany uses pink in hers, as pink and teal, make sure that you take those colors and you constantly use them. Use the same textures, use the same fonts, and we're gonna go over all of that great design information tonight. Okay, so the first one is, who are you? In one phrase, on your branding workbook when you get it, in one phrase, you're gonna wanna describe who you are as an agent. So real estate. So you really want to build on who you are. Make it original.
Yes. So I had an agent that, posted on Facebook, if you could describe me in one word, what would you describe me as? And let other people kind of give her those words that were going to help her start with her profile and start with her branding so that she could figure out where to go from there. Oh, they said you cut out again. We good again? We good? Not good? What's happening?
Let me check audio again.
Yes, and let other people kind of give her those words that were going to help her start with her profile and start with her branding so that she can figure out where to go from there. Oh, they said you cut out again. We good again? Good? Not good? What's happening?
Let me check audio again. Okay, we're good now. Perfect.
Oh, we're back. Thanks,
yay!
I appreciate you. So
Thank
what
you.
I was saying was that my particular agent had went on social and made a post of, if you could describe me in one word, what would you describe me as? And let her friends tell her what they would describe her as, so that she could take that and put it in her phrases of what people would say about her, or why they should hire her, or why they should, or how they felt about her.
Perfect. Which is such a great thing to do. Okay, so then we're gonna move on to the next one. So who are you? The next one is another who are you. Describe your ideal client, not just their financial or home criteria, but who exactly are there? So whether it's the millennial, the first-time home buyer, which is your millennials, but you describe whether you're trying to focus on senior living or military, whatever with that, single parents. So here's a great example. My ideal clients work and play in urban neighborhoods. They want to be near the action, enjoy going out, and want to live in urban high-end properties. So it really all depends for your market. But you really want to describe that. And this will all
fall into your core values, which you'll see on a couple slides later. One of my favorite ones is the next one. Why did you decide to become a real estate agent? A great example.
Me? I was about to say, don't ask me that question. I was kind of like born into this. Like I didn't have.
Don't ask me it either. Don't ask me it either. So this one, the great example from the workbook. I believe real estate is the biggest and best investment we can do. I want to help others enhance their lives both personally and financially by investing in real estate. So you want something catchy. Let us know why you drop in your comments. Drop in the comments. Let us know why you decided here? Why are you in real estate?
Yeah. Why
I'd love to read some of these.
I got into this business because my mom's a real estate broker. My stepdad's a real estate broker. My grandma sold real estate. My dad sold real estate. I don't think I really had an option. It's just kind of like, hey, by the way, you're
runs in the family. Oh, this is a good one.
Emily's obsessed with houses. Yes. Emily's the type of person who will be like driving and she like sees a house and she's like, "Ooh, pretty house," and like squirrel and turns and looks and we'll get in a wreck because she's too busy looking at the house.
I love houses too. That's why I do it. I'm like, I get to look at all these houses. I know I can't afford this one house, but it's beautiful.
I love it.
Kathleen's is good also. That's what I'm experiencing now. So I'm on the admin side, fully licensed. So I'm slowly transitioning into it. I really, like, for me, I'm more committed to the agent coaching and growth and development like we're doing now. Like, this is what I thrive on. Listings and sales are not like my favorite thing to be doing every single day.
You're great at what you're doing with your agents.
Thank you. So you're slowly developing an agent. And I found, a lot of looking at all of the conventions I've been to, a lot of these admin are slowly transitioning into the field because they're seeing like what the errors are being made and they know how to correct them already.
Yep. So
and you're also seeing
just did that. Just passed her test 2 weeks ago. So she's now a licensed realtor in the office. So admins convert over a lot.
Yes. Admins convert over a lot. And which we'll put up in a second. And with that, so your admins will a lot of times just transfer into it. But I've seen a ton of agents transfer into the admin side. They became licensed. It just wasn't, they're not a natural born salesperson. They're not very salesy, very pushy, but they see the need for someone doing the paperwork aspect. So they're still on a team and they just transition towards that admin side. This is a great one. Husband's a broker owner. She left nursing to become an office admin. Now you're getting your license.
See, nurses make great real estate agents because they have that natural caring heart and they want to help anyways, because that's why they go into nursing, is because they want to help. So, and this business is you're helping people just in a completely different aspect of helping.
Yes. And, with all of this, you're going to want to build on this. So when you get your branding workbook, you're going to want to build here. You're going to spend some time, time block some time to sit down, close your office door if you're in a private office, and just spend some time and, really dig deep. This is more of like, this really should be like why, the why section. This is really like diving into your why on here.
Yeah, book an appointment with yourself. Like, actually block it off on your calendar and on your schedule. Book this appointment with yourself to actually work on this workbook and create something for just you that'll better your business in all aspects. And you got to treat yourself first before you get to fill everybody else's cup.
Yes. The next is define the face of your business. These are the things that will make it easy for your client to recognize your brand. So that was all like developing your principles and stuff behind and your value proposition and stuff like that. That's defining all of that and really diving into your why. Now this is diving into the creative aspect. So this is the fun part for me. I'm like, yeah, that's a bunch of words, whatever. You still need it, but this is the fun part for me. This is where I like thrive in this stuff. So personality, what personality types and traits do you want your brand to be known as? Do you want it to be known as you're being ambitious, educated, efficient, trustworthy, savvy? This is where you're going to want to write in all of your different personality types that you want your brand to focus on. And when you create your overall ending branding deck, this is where it's going to come into play. Because when you're doing your marketing materials, you're going to go, okay, does it show that I'm educated? Does my next marketing material, does it show my efficiency? Does it mention something about trustworthiness? Does it mention something about the savviness of my business? And this is where all these will come into play. So personality. Here's a great list of all the different personalities. Just a couple different ones that were there. Accessible, creative, enthusiastic, helpful, heroic, loyal, lovable, logical, stuff like that. So you want to select like 3 to 5, 5 to 6 of them, somewhere in that range, and stick to them. And with all of this, you can go back and change it. So you guys will have the branding thing. If you guys want to print out a new page and slap it into the branding book, you can do that and change these things often. Constantly be reevaluating. We were just talking about this earlier this morning. I just reevaluated everything for the 2 companies I work for plus my own branding. I've just reevaluated 3 different branding decks this morning just by changing a couple different little things on it. So definitely choose some personalities. Colors. This is the bomb.
This is one of your favorites, for sure. And this is how this whole conversation got started last night about today's show for branding. It's because I had an agent trying to pick colors, and I was like, whoa, we need to be consistent about colors. Let's start with your branding deck. Let's do that.
So we have a question. So can we have 2 types of branding depending on what markets you are in? I would say yes, but I wouldn't deviate so far, like have one that's completely different than the other. I would make sure that when you're doing this branding in your 2 different markets, that you are keeping them consistent with each other. So trying to stay along the same lines of the same colors, making sure you're using the same logos, maybe change up the type of fonts and stuff like that. Maybe in one be super educational and then one be super fun. You can do that. Just don't try to do 2 separate brands. Because then it's going to because you're using, a lot of the times you're going to be posting in one social media. So that's going to get a little tricky because you're using one page, but one's looking completely left and the other branding is looking completely right. So you can do it
in different colors, like blue and yellow and orange and green, or just kind of keep them to where they flow and they kind of look like they're the same thing, but they're a little bit different.
Yes. Great. Jean is here. She's in South Carolina.
Be careful. I'm thinking about you.
Just a little side note. I got an email from her today and she's like, don't worry, I have a canoe under my house if I need to get out.
Good to know. Can we put that like above the house right now? We don't want it below. You need it above. So across the roof, you're good, Jean.
You are so welcome. That is what we're here for. And any questions you guys have, please feel free. If you guys are just jumping in now, be sure to drop your email and you guys will get a copy of the branding workbook for this presentation. And the replay will be posted on YouTube and Facebook. So you want to choose your colors, like we were saying. These are the things that are going to make your clients recognize your brand. HTMLcolorcodes.com is the best place to find your different color codes. So I select a color first off. I jump in their little HTML color code thing. It's like a little, like a color wheel, and you can like go in and pick all the different colors. And then it gives you the color code, the digit, it's got a hashtag sign or a number sign and some numbers after it. That is the specific color code for that specific color. So if you want to put that in Canva, you can literally take that color code, insert it into Canva, and Canva knows what color matches up to that color code, which is perfect. And you can use them over and over and over and over again. That's just making sure that your branding is consistent.
I have a little tool that I will drop the directions in the comments after the show on like how to put this tool on your toolbar. You can actually like import any picture and pick anywhere on the picture, and it'll match that specific color so that you can duplicate it, but you can pin it to your taskbar at the top, so you never have to go to the website and you don't have to search for it. You just pin it to the taskbar.
Perfect.
It makes it super easy.
I like this one. I never get the same business cards twice. Your thoughts? I agree with that. Every time.
Business card.
I don't. Ever. You saw the video, didn't you? In the last 3 years, I've gone through 6 different business cards. 6 different business cards.
Always redesigning and always recreating. But you always get them from the same place.
I do. I always order from the same place. But I do agree with that. Every time you order a new business card, by the way, update your headshot.
Yes.
I was teaching rebar. I was facilitating, because you don't teach in rebar camp, at our local association today. And that was a big thing that I brought up. I'm like, listen, first off, if you don't have a professional headshot, get that professional headshot. That coincides with all of this. Make sure that every time you're getting a new business card, you're updating your headshot. Because an agent, we were talking in our lobby the other day about business cards and headshots. And she's like, there was one time that someone came in and gave her their card, the prospect. And they go, she's talking with them. And she's like, okay, yeah, you can give me a call. My number's on the card. So they go, okay, so when I want to look at a house, I need to call this one, the lady on the card, because her headshot was so outdated. Mm-hmm. So make sure that they're updated, that people can recognize you. And please no glamour shots. Please. Please. I wish you guys could see my face.
I could not. Somebody walked up to me at convention and started talking like I knew them, and I was like, and your name is? And they were like, oh, I'm so-and-so. I was like, oh.
Really?
Your picture, you should update that. Don't do that. Yes.
So definitely pick your colors. Make sure they're cohesive with each other. I do a lot of teal, I do a lot of black, I do a lot of white, and I do mix in a little bit of yellow in there. You do teal and pink, and I think, do you toss purple in that still?
No, purple is not my jam. Hot pink is
Purple's not your jam. So she does hot pink and teal. So just do that. Go to HTML color codes, get your color codes, experiment with the colors, do some marketing, and then, if you decide that you don't like the color, you can change it. Everything's changeable. If you're just joining us, the replay will be available later after we end this. Drop your email in the comment section, and you guys will get a copy of the branding workbook, which is what we're going over right now. So choose your colors. So we've done personality, we've done colors. Here's some examples of all the different colors, and here's some meaning behind them. A lot of people ask me, okay, what do the specific colors mean? Because they want to, because some cultures like specific colors. Some people think that colors are good luck symbols and stuff like that. So here's a breakdown of those. So like your red is passionate, bold, exciting. Pink, love, respect, warmth. All the different ones in here. So this is just a great little slide that I like to throw in with this. Do you find that a lot of people are like, I like this specific color because of this? Yeah.
Yes. And picking the colors that are cohesive, like you said earlier. Don't pick some off the wall colors that don't blend together and don't go together. That's a big thing. So the whole conversation for this started last night. I had an agent wanting to do their colors, but the colors that they were doing, they looked great together, but the shade of the color just needed to be brightened up a little bit to put a little pep in the step. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Orange is very close to me. Yes, Jean.
That's in her branding.
It does. That fits you.
There's your agent that you're talking about. She's like, I want all the colors.
All the colors. Emily would want all the colors. We're going to have to brighten your colors up, Em. Or brighten them up. That's what I said.
The next one is promise. So what's your promise to your clients? So I promise my clients this. Develop this with your brand. I can get you top dollar for your house. I will work 110% for your property. Stuff like this. Just little catchy little things that you can toss into your branding later on. And then my favorite. Typography.
Understatement.
Typography. If you guys could access my computer right now and see how many fonts I have on this thing,
All the fonts.
I got all the
All
fonts.
of them. All of them. Y'all don't understand. Frankie will send me this. He's like, hey, but you're going to need this font. So I sent the font to you too.
Yes.
Okay. Good. Good to know.
I like Emily's attention to detail and passion. Perfect.
Yes. That is a good one.
And, you know, just by interacting with her on Facebook and, like, hearing stuff about her, I'm pretty sure that's, like, 100% accurate with her.
Yes. Very much so. She likes to plan all the things and do all the things. So that's, like, her wheelhouse. So typography was a conversation her and I were having today, actually. I got an email, and you can only use so many squirrely lines and cursive letters in one advertisement. Then you reach your, like, squiggly line, curly line font quota, and then stop. The whole thing was, like, curly lines, and it makes it hard to read. I don't think people understand that.
Yes. So you want something that's easy to read. You want to make sure that you're using defont.com. That's where I pull all of my fonts from. Every piece of marketing material that you guys have ever seen come out of my social media or the offices I work with. I'm getting a lot of feedback. Hold on.
Back? I feel like I just disappeared. Yes, no, maybe.
We'll just keep rolling. .com for all fonts. Yeah, understand. So here's some baby new marker felt. You can find all of these. Find 2 or 3 that are color. On chunky font, one thin font, and one scripty font for you that you can use. And these are all through defont.com. And then I do have some examples of font types that you guys can take a look at while we discuss a little further. And, you know, like, you want these fonts to be recognizable. So when the consumer sees these fonts, they're like, I think that relates to Franke's brand or Tiffany's brand or Magnolia Coast or Exit Leaders. So you definitely want to use some fonts. Make sure they're legible. Don't get something too crazy that it's not even legible, because if it's not legible, then they're not even going to be able to understand what you're trying to type. So here's some different kinds of fonts. They have chunky fonts, they have modern fonts, they have all different kinds of fonts that you can use. Can you hear me, Tiffany?
I am back.
Perfect.
Sorry. My kid apparently tried to FaceTime me, and it threw my headset from this to my phone, and then I couldn't get it back. But we're back. We're good. Tell my kid to stop FaceTiming me.
We're good. Just joining us, please be sure to drop your. We will get you a copy of the branding deck to your email. That is all ready to go for you guys tonight. So you guys will get that in your email tonight. Another great quote. I'm pulling a lot from Lee Brown tonight for some reason. I guess it's because, you know, she's just the best. The authentic, consistent brand. Once consumers can look up any and all of your online presences and see the same consistent portrayal of who you are, you have aced the first and most important step in making your introduction to them. That is a powerful statement.
I agree.
Consistency is key. Once you develop your brand, once you choose your colors, once you choose everything else, please make sure that you're updating all of your social media profiles, including your LinkedIn page. LinkedIn is one of the last things that gets updated. Make sure that all of your photos are the same, all of your fonts are the same, all of your marketing is all the same across everything. With the power of a consistent brand at your disposal, you will get more clients through the door, where you can wow them with your ability to form authentic, lasting relationships with each one. Mind blown.
Yes, I agree with that.
Her statements are just so good.
She is really good.
So we're going to dive into the topic of the real work. So we've just sat here and planned out some stuff. This is the real work behind all of this. So we've established the face of the business. We've defined the values and now we're going to define values, key goals, in which to hold the previous statements true. So we're going to dive right into that. What defines you? What's your mission statement? What's your vision? So what's your mission statement? Every agent should have a mission statement. A great example, an established and collaborative group of real estate professionals empowered to deliver accountable and transparent home buying, selling, and living solutions for people looking to create a better life together. Something powerful like that. And these, you guys are going to be revising these often. I can pretty much guarantee it.
Yep. You're gonna read another sentence. You're like, ooh, that sounds really good. So you're gonna want to pull that in, or ooh, I want to pull that in. And it's okay to change this stuff and update this stuff as you
exactly
become busier in business. And
you need to be updating it.
Yes.
If you don't update it, it becomes outdated at that point. And then, a vision. Vision statements are simply like a one-liner statement. So opening one door at a time to a better living.
It's a great one.
Mine's the teal deal of real estate. Couple of the ones out of our office. Jean Durham, who's on Find Your Spot. You have Rachel Peak. She's Reach Your Peak. I have an agent that's last name is Maro, M-A-R-O. So helping you today for a better tomorrow. Something that is just a one-liner statement that's catchy, and make that your vision. I really like that, opening one door at a time to a better living. I'm pretty good at this stuff. That's catchy. And then your next one's company values.
Your office should have values for you and help you.
Correct. Your office should have the values, and then you should be able to come in and create them a little bit yourself. I use this a lot. This is one of my big ones that I've been using in my stuff. Be kind, work hard, stay humble, smile often, stay loyal, never stop learning, be thankful, and love always. I've been implementing that into pretty much everything I've been doing. All of my marketing's around that, everything like that. So just create some company values if your company doesn't have them. I can tell you EXIT Realty Corp has company values. That is pretty much everyone's very well trained in. We got people watching from DC. One of my agents is in DC.
Hi.
We'll be there in what?
DC.
28 days or something like that?
Oh, God, don't tell me that. I am not prepared.
I think it's 28 days.
I swear you just showed me a countdown. It was like 66. How did we get to 28?
Maybe. I'm just saying stuff. You never know. Let's see.
Possible.
We'll just do a quick countdown to convention. Let us know what question. 31 days. Let us know what questions you guys have while we're going through this still. I know it's a lot to take in. That's why the replay is going to be best for everyone, because you guys will be able to pause and continue from there. So then, strengths. What are your strengths in your business? Experience, convenience, reliability. We use that with one of the companies that I work with, and that's what they use. They use those three different words for their marketing. So you want it's 31 days. Whoop, whoop. So you definitely want some strengths in there. And I normally use those as one-worders. So like my experience is my strength, the convenience of my company's location, the reliability of us. And then we're moving into Tiffany's favorite section. This is her favorite one. Define your goals.
Yes.
Define your goals out for in the next 90 days. Define out your goals for the next 90 days. Define out your goals for the next year. Define out some goals for the next 3 years. This page will be ever changing. You will not change this page. This is going to be an ever changing page for you. I would every 90 days print out a new one and start fresh. 90 days, 1 year, 3 years. Every 90 days, change it.
You gotta put goals. You gotta write them down, because if you don't write them down, they're not attainable. You have to put them in front of your face. And I was talking to, so I have a private group for my Facebook agents, and on Thursdays I always post in there, it's Thankful Thursday. What are you thankful for this Thursday? And we all comment on there what we're thankful for that particular day or week or whatever. And one of the agents said that she was at a laundromat and she was working from the laundromat because that was her office today. And her first thing she was going to do when she sold her first house, because she just got licensed a couple weeks ago, she was going to buy a washer and dryer for her so that she didn't have to go to the laundromat. I was like, great, that's your 90-day goal. Like, you're going to need that for later tonight when you watch the show. And she was like, okay, Tiffany. I was like, I'm telling you, you're going to need your short-term, your middle-term, your long-term goals. You're going to need to know those. So get to thinking about them. Some people just don't think about them, and you need to put them down on paper. I know Ruzika last year at convention, he was building a house and had all these goals to do like upgrades and then the pool and all that stuff. So Ruzika put his goals out there. I mean, I knew that he wanted a pool. Did you know he wanted a pool? You got to let people know what your goals are so that they can make sure that you have a good broker and a good team at the office that they can help you obtain those goals.
Yes.
Vision board. Yes. Vision board parties. Those are my thing, Dawn. Vision board parties.
Vision board parties, they're coming about. September, normally November, December is when those start coming through. So it is time for vision board parties. 2 to 3 times a year. Absolutely agree with that. So that's define your goals. The next is going to be, what's your value proposition? I would consider the pillars of EXIT the value proposition for a lot of us. Wouldn't you consider that?
Your 5 pillars are super important, and they definitely need to be brought in on this document.
Yes. So what's your value proposition? So this was just a quick little breakdown for me personally. Is my value proposition is my digital marketing strategy that I provide everyone with. So my sellers and my buyers, the digital marketing for that. And then what are the key strengths of that main value proposition? Social media marketing, expert marketing suite, photos and video, professional photos and video. By the way, if you're with EXIT and you're not utilizing the tools in the expert marketing suite, y'all are making me cringe. Those are the bomb. And one of our agents, I was talking to one of the agents, not to get sidetracked today, but I was talking to her and she was talking to another agent and she's like, I really need to find a virtual tour software. I really need to find stuff to do this. My agent literally turns to the agent today and goes, well, my company does that in my sleep for me. So overnight when I'm sleeping, I wake up and that's all done for me and already populated. Use the tool. It does it for you. It's done. And let's get back into it. Yes, Kim, we need to book that vision board party. That's my preferred vision board party friend. We had a great time. We learned so much about people that we never thought would ever.
You do learn so much about your coworkers at your vision board party.
Mm-hmm.
I still have my vision board. It's like on the other side of this wall right here, but it's still on my cardboard and it's still there. And I look at it all the time. I put on there that I was going to have a plane one day, because I'm going to have a plane one day, whether that means I'm flying first class or I have my own plane. We don't know yet, but we'll get there.
You know what we're going to do? We're going to set this up. We're going to do a Zoom meeting vision board party.
Yes.
So if your office is not doing a vision board party, or if they are doing a vision board party, we're going to do one on Zoom where everyone will be. So we'll have like 15, 20, 30 of you guys. So if you guys want to attend that, also be sure to reach out with us through Messenger and we'll get that all scheduled out and figured out. But I think that's a great idea, because a lot of these offices that we see, they don't do these parties. So that is a great idea. I'm thinking on the fly. We'll do it. Yes. We'll do and everyone, guess what? Okay, the proposition, and then this is a great slide also. What's a value proposition?
I don't know. That's a good question, Frankie. What's the value proposition? I feel like you got a definition for us.
I do, because a lot of people, when I teach this, they're like, "That's great. I need a value proposition," and then 2 seconds later, they look at me and go, in the middle of class, "So, what do you mean by a value proposition?" So a value proposition is a mixture of what your competitors offer, what the consumer needs, and what you offer. So if you merge all 3 of those things together for a value proposition, that's what your value proposition should be. So, like us, the marketing suite, that's mine. I'm already getting messages for the vision board party.
Yay!
So with all of this, like I said, so you want to make sure that whatever your value proposition is, it's meeting that consumer need. For me, it's the digital marketing and social media marketing strategy. Is it meeting the consumer's needs? Yes, it is, because it's getting their home sold faster. Is it beating what my competitor offers? Yes, because I just told you, my competitor doesn't have it. And then it's what I offer. So you just need to take these three into account. If the three different ones match up, then that's so much. And creating the image, creating the brand. You know who you are and what you stand for. So now it's time that you need to put all of it together. You need to put a face to the name, a tone to the voice, and create that personal brand that's specific to you. And this is the great little, this is the fun part. This is where you get to play around with everything you've just invested your time into building. They need to see us for this. There's a lot of hand gestures. You got to take everything that we just did. You got to take everything we just did and push it all into a one-page document. And that is what is called a branding deck. So that branding deck is, I see you recording me with my hands. That is what we're going into now, the branding deck.
Oh, it's so much fun behind the scenes. Y'all don't even know.
Y'all don't even know. So you're taking everything we've just done. So all of those pages, you've just converted into a one-page document, which is your branding deck. So you can see it says who you are. Your value proposition goes in here. What defines you? Color scheme. Your center is that your company. Then you drop it to the bottom, and you merge all those things together, and you get your personal brand. So this is a great template to be used. And if you watch the tech in our previous, you will, so you take this, but I also go into PowerPoint and put out all the different things. So I put typography in a little corner, and I put out my different fonts. I put logos in a different corner, put out my fonts. My logos. Colors, same thing. So you can use this as a base, and then eventually you're going to want to put this somewhere in your office. I have mine in a folder.
Why don't you show everybody your handy dandy folder?
I've got it in a binder, so it just so happens to be in my Teal Compass newsletter binder.
You gotta put us back on the screen.
We are on the screen. We're up.
Are we really on the screen? Or am I got that bad of a lag?
I think you might got that bad of a lag. But in this binder, I have sheets like this for each company that I work for, plus my own brand. And I know when I'm doing any piece of marketing material, I can go grab my book off my desk, go, okay, here, I'm working on this piece of marketing material. Does it fit the company's value proposition? Does the colors match? Does the fonts match? And that's where this all comes into play. You want this branding deck, and then especially for the fact of, if you're moving to the fact of you want to form a team, you want to become into broker ownership, you want to become a managing broker, this is where it all comes into play. Because once you've built that branding deck, so easily anybody can come in behind you and make sure that all the marketing material matches into that. I feel like we just did 50,000 knowledge bombs.
Yes, lots of them.
What do we need to dive into further? What questions are there? What things do you guys need assistance with on this branding aspect? What ideas do you guys have? Please drop them in the comments. I see there's a ton of people still on with us. Please drop them in the comments, as we'd love to sit here and discuss them with you.
So at the very beginning of the show, you pulled up like your brand and you showed them like your slide deck for Instagram. Yeah, there we go. We showed them this. So now that they've done their workbook and they've got what colors they want and they have their headshot and they know what their propositions are and they know what direction they want to go, how do they make this image?
We're going to teach you about it.
See, we love y'all. We already know that y'all want to know this stuff.
So this is the best part of we're going to be doing an agent branding series. So I'm thinking next week we should dive into the design side of it.
I think that sounds like a really good idea.
As long as we don't have technical difficulties, I am all on board for it.
Next week we're not gonna have a hurricane. Well, I shouldn't say that. There's like 5 of them lining up out there in the ocean. We're gonna have great internet next week. That's the plan.
Yes. So what questions do we have? We have a lot of things coming through. Great ideas, lots to work on for me. Yes. Anytime I talk to Tiffany, I feel like that.
Oh man. Emily was in here today and she was like, every time I talk to you, you give me a bigger to-do list. Like at some point in time, I'm going to have to stop talking to you to get a to-do list. I'm like, all these ideas, I got to get them out of my head. I got to tell somebody to do them.
Yes. Welcome to my world. And, it is with the branding aspect, and for an agent, you guys really should be developing your brand. It's a tangible thing that you guys get to keep. And that's what I try to train, not to say that if you leave the company, but it's something that you're building, you're devoting your money to, you're investing into. Make sure it's something that you can take with you. For me, I know that I'm committed to staying at EXIT. Like, that's it.
We're not going anywhere.
We're not going anywhere. That's why I've devoted so much time, energy, and money into the EXITFranke brand, because I know this is it. If I change to a different career, I'm not going to come back and go to a different company. Just what EXIT offers, that's why I'm here. So for me, the teal, the black, the EXIT logo, the EXITFranke brand works for me, and that's how it's going to stay. But for an agent, agents are always moving around. You guys might think that you guys are in the best location now, but a lot of the times something can go wrong or you just feel like a change. So you definitely want to make sure that these brands are able to be moved to a different company with you. You don't want to do like we're doing, where it's EXITFranke, EXIT Tiffany, stuff like that. Make sure that you're keeping it consistent with your branding standards, but also making sure that you have a tangible product that you can take with you. And the best part
we don't know the answer to that question.
I don't know it either. I don't know why people. I have no idea. It amazes me every single time that someone comes in my office and goes, I've decided to go somewhere else.
Do what?
And the best part with all these brands is the bigger you get with these branding, the longer you're in the business. Eventually, you'll be able to sell your book of business to someone behind you. So make sure that you are taking all of the stuff that we've worked on, everything you're doing, making it all defined in one specific area, whether it's an Excel spreadsheet, PowerPoint, something like that, and building this brand further and further than ever before, because everyone is able to sell a book of business one day. And that's what I'm trying to explain to a ton of people, that your business is a business. You can sell that business eventually.
Eventually. You're not leaving anytime soon.
But I see it a lot in our community. We have a lot of over 55 agents, so they're getting towards that retirement age. So with all of this, you want to be able to go, okay, I've built this, here's a book of business. I built this business for 30 years and give it to another agent. Here's my contacts. Here's my branding. We've been branding, we've been doing this for this long and this for this long. You want something tangible that you can give. And building your brand, defining your values, and working on defining this over and over and over again will make it accessible for you to be able to sell if you ever wanted to. Just a little pro tip. Make sure you guys are in our Facebook group. We will post the link again. We're gonna do some awesome stuff in that Facebook group.
We talked a lot about that Facebook group last night. What about this idea? What about this idea? And Frankie, what about this? Frankie's like, okay, Tiffany.
By the way, if we have any Apple users, who's going for the new iPhone? Did anybody see the new iPhone release? Because I'm going to be up at I'm going to be up at 3 a.m. tomorrow. Let us know what questions you got. Yeah, it's an addiction. Let us know what questions you guys have. If you guys don't want to put them in the comments, feel free to message us like always. Yes, I will add the workbook to the Facebook page. For some reason, Emily, bad, she doesn't put her email in the comments. She just assumes that we're gonna put her in the list.
Yeah, Em, come on. Jeez, what are we
So,
doing?
yes. If you're just joining in, because we have some people just jumping in, be sure to put your email in the comments here, and we are going to send you a copy of everything we've gone over with the branding workbook. We're going to jump all of that into the email, and that is going out as soon as I press the end broadcast button here.
Yay!
So be sure to put your email in, and we will be sure to get you a copy of that book.
Yes, I'm going to, as soon as we're done, make my list of emails so that we can get that sent.
Yes, we will. Well, this was another great live session. I am super excited. We are gearing down for convention. If you are going to convention, we are super excited for that. That's pretty much it for me.
Yay! So next week, we're going to kind of expand off of this week and kind of help you take that to the next step. So
yes,
work on your workbooks this week is kind of what we're telling you, I guess. That's what we're saying.
Jump in the Facebook group.
Yeah, y'all can use our Facebook group as like a group message and kind of go back and forth in that Facebook group.
That. And we're seeing agents actually take the tools. So this is week 7, I think. The 7th live we've done. 8? Is it 8?
Yes.
I think it's 8.
This
yes.
Is 8.
So it's week 8. And we're seeing agents physically take the ideas and tools and strategies that we're giving you guys and utilizing it and becoming super successful. So please be sure to tag us in that stuff, because we would love to share it on our Facebook page. We'd love to share it on our Facebook group. We'd love to give you guys shout outs to grow your business and also grow our show, because that is what we're wanting to do. We appreciate each and every one of you guys. We have a lot of comments tonight. We're doing very well, and I appreciate each and every individual that is jumping on with us.
Yes, we appreciate y'all. We really do. We have fun doing this, and we have fun helping y'all, and we wouldn't be able to do this if it wasn't for y'all.
Yes. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and we will see you next Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Central Time. Have a great rest of your week. Happy selling. And if you guys have any questions, like always, please feel free to reach out. Bye for now.
Bye.